One minute they were laughing over cheap liquor and inside jokes, and the next, 3 lives were gone before anyone even understood what was happening. Make it make sense. A regular Detroit house hangout turned into something nobody could walk away from untouched. Let me tell you something. This case hits different. Spring 2019, East Detroit. A half-fixed house that everybody treated like their little off-the-books weekend spot. No furniture that really matched, power tools in corners, drywall dust on the floor. But it was home base for that circle. Blair, Paris, Alante, Armin, and Timothy were the last ones standing after most folks dipped. Paris, a trans woman, moved through the world with confidence, even when the world didn't always return that energy. Her friends, they embraced her fully. Timothy, folks called him Miami, brought that hype energy every time. Alante always joked around. Blair and Armin usually tried to keep things steady, though steady didn't last long that night. Before they settled in for the night, they stopped at the BP on Devonshire and Mac. That's where Paris crossed paths with a quiet teenager in line. Devon Robinson, 18, barely talking above a mumble, lived just a couple streets over on Buckingham. Paris waved him over, told him to come through later. He didn't hesitate. Devon pulled up about half an hour later. At first, he was that person in every party who kind of blends into the walls, barely speaking, watching everything. But folks said it didn't take long before he ended up upstairs, one-on-one with Paris, and then with a couple of others. At that house, folks joked loosely, using that word trade, somebody who presents one way but lives another. You know how parties get when people feel too comfortable. Anyways, people laugh, people tease, people forget that everybody's not built the same. Security footage later showed Devon leaving, pacing around outside like his brain was running laps faster than his feet. He hit the BP again, bought another drink, gagged a little like something was weighing on him, then made it home by 4:02 a.m. The shooting happened less than an hour after he got back. Detectives later pieced together the steps. Someone leaving Devon's house right before the shots, someone sprinting from the house party minutes later, and that same figure headed home. Real short walk, real tight timing. Oh, so now we're pretending coincidences magically stack like that? Moving on. Inside the living room, folks heard loud pops. At first, they brushed them off. Fireworks, cars, whatever. Detroit noise is Detroit noise. But then the front door flew open and a man in a ski mask stepped inside ready to shoot. No hesitation, no warning. Blair dashed straight to the bathroom to hide. Armin got hit in the chest but still tried to help Timothy, who was bleeding out. Blair later said, "It felt like the shots kept coming without a break. Minutes stretched out like hours when you're just trying to live." By the time the shooting stopped, Alante was lying in the dining room dead. Paris was rushed to the hospital, kept on life support long enough for her organs to be donated. Timothy was alive when police arrived but didn't make it through. Only Blair and Armin walked away, and even they weren't whole. Neither survivor saw the shooter's face. Masked, fast, violent. But Blair later told the courtroom he recognized the person.
At that time, I was the type of person that's like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. If y'all want to bring a random boy from a gas station, that's on y'all. But I did tell him, I didn't like the fact that they did that because it's a random boy from a gas station,
Why does this concern you?
It concerned me because it's a random guy from a gas station. Yeah, he was just chilling. Mm-hmm.
Does he say anything to these individuals that are...
No, the whole time he's not saying anything. He's just sitting there, chilling the whole entire time. Not an emotion in his face.
What is the interaction between Paris and the defendant before he leaves?
They just exchange numbers.
How does the
And then
defendant,
after that hug, and Devon walks the way that he came.
how does the defendant look while Paris is talking to him?
He has just a very bland look. He said, "Oh yeah, I'll see you again." That's what he said when he left. Me, Paris, Alante, Timothy, and Armand.
All right, and while you're sitting around laughing about this situation, what happened?
We hear footsteps. We think it's Lance. We hear like, mind you, it's like kind of close to July, so we hear like little firecracker noises. It wasn't a big gun, but it was like pow, pow, pow. So we thinking it's Lance playing a joke. But then we see a guy with a ski mask come in. All I hear is Paris scream and gunshot.
What do you do?
I just sat there and waited for him to walk out the house. I was scared.
Are you able to identify the person who was the shooter that night?
Yes.
Why?
Only by skin complexion and eyes.
And what did that look like to you?
It looked like the same boy that came in the body.
The person sitting in the courtroom today, the defendant, Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
You didn't see the face of the shooter, did you?
No, but I got a good.
I'm asking, did you see the face of the shooter, yes or no?
No.
You really didn't look at who was shooting, correct?
I glanced. Yes. A 2-second shot and glance, and then I ran.
I was in the dining room area. I really could not see the front door. Blair seen everything. When I seen the gunshots, I immediately, first we were all, we were like, what are they? Are they fireworks? But, I grabbed Timothy and I rushed down to the basement and I had him with me. When we were running down the basement, he was saying something to me, and immediately stopped talking. He grabbed my hand and put my hand where the bullet shot was on his chest.
Indicating for the record your hand is on your chest.
Yes. And I held pressure. I ran back upstairs because I heard Blair screaming. I ran back upstairs to make sure everything was all right. I see Teddy and Pierce curled up in the corner. I called 911. I stayed on the phone with 911. I ran back downstairs. I held pressure on my hand because he was still breathing. He was Timothy. He was looking at me, and I held pressure on him. And I stayed on the phone until the cops got there. When the cops got there, she put her gun to my face and they would take pressure off of Timothy. And my belief that is when he really lost his life.
Prior testimony, you've indicated that you didn't see the individual shooting you.
I did not.
Detectives didn't have much to work with except cameras, and they squeezed those cameras for every pixel they could. Video showed Devon pacing at the BP, showed someone leaving his house at a time that aligned with the attack, and showed someone running back minutes later. When police went to his address the next day, he and his mother were already gone. Quick move. Quick silence. A public alert went out. A week later, a caller said Devon was hiding at a relative's place. Officers pulled up and arrested him. During questioning, detectives told Devon they had evidence tying him to everything.
I don't want you to say anything right now, but we know that you're responsible for shooting. They had to secure enough to arrest you for the house. Now, we know some other things that have been prior to that. We know some things that they did to you that was not cool prior to that. We know that you were intoxicated prior to that. And when it took you back to the house, you know things that. Okay? We know exactly what you did, but we want to know why you did what you did. What was your emotional state during that time? We can go to the moment and did what you did, but we both men too, and we understand we might have did the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. Don't nobody know that.
Don't nobody know what?
Don't nobody down low shit.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't nobody know, not even my mom.
Okay.
Not my pops, nobody.
So don't nobody know what you're down low. So with that being said, that's the point of what we're talking about. Now, were you threatening to be exposed?
I ain't mad about. It's the thing that everybody finding out.
You don't want people to find out?
No, I'm talking about my family, like my mom and my daddy.
You don't want them to find out?
They're all these people.
That you don't want to find out? Why not?
Because I haven't told them myself.
But
I wanted to tell them before.
You want to tell them what? That you're down low?
Yeah, but can't.
You wanted to tell him before this stuff happened?
Yeah.
Before my son told me. I knew. I look at him. You know what I'm saying? We know our kids. You don't think you have tendencies that they don't know? Or they see people you hanging around, you don't think they know?
And when you go home, what do you do? Take a shower and go to sleep.
Take a shower and go to sleep. When you at home that whole time, right?
Yes.
You said what time?
And feel like 11 o'clock.
A.M. Next one.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have videos of you going in the house and coming right back out shortly afterwards and going back to that house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have videos of that. Because you just told me you left out at 11 o'clock, but that's not true.
Right.
We have actual videos. So either you forgot or you lying to me. Which one is it?
Nah, I didn't forget. I think I'm sorry. I'll tell you completely.
Well, you did, because we had your video coming out, going back to the house. So,
I did. How you gonna make me?
Cameras everywhere we go. We had cameras everywhere.
Right.
It's tracks. Tracks.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. We can piece all that together.
Right.
No bullshit.
I'm listening to you.
I need you to hear me. If you're listening, no, right. So I'm just saying, just memory loss or whatever the case may be. I'm telling you, what we tracked it on video. Not just track you from a dog. Of course, we can do that. We did that as well. Boom, boom, boom. In the house. Running. That's a fact.
The jury convicted Devon of 3 counts of first-degree murder, assault, and weapons charges. 3 life sentences without parole, plus extra years stacked behind them. Devon appealed, saying the evidence didn't directly tie him to the shooter. The appeal was denied. Then in 2025, Michigan changed how under 21 sentencing works. That opened a door for young offenders to request new sentencing hearings. Devon's earliest listed release date became 2056, but resentencing could shift that. 3 families left with holes that don't heal. A community forced to face how shame and fear can twist into something irreversible. And everybody close to the case kept asking the same question. What could have changed if anybody, had felt safe enough to just tell the truth earlier? Sometimes the weight of hiding yourself comes down harder than anything the world could have thrown at you.